right, guys?
Yeah,
For a level 40?
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
more people the better.
yeah. Make sure they use their pro troops.
YouTube is up and running now. I had to reconfigure the whole thing for whatever reason. I don't know, but it's ready to go.
Oh, Dino just shut down Rhea.
Dino's on his game this morning. You guys can't be messing around with Dino.
Yeah.
Oh, Dino and I have some words. It's mostly me just talking, but still.
I remember my first stage. Dino booted me off of stage
Get out.
back when I think when I was a trial. Yeah.
Wow.
Remember Dino muted me or something for like posting too fast. I think Charluna or Charmaine had to come to my rescue. I don't remember. One of them had to come and set something. I had to like go and have a mod do something to allow me to chat again.
Wow.
I don't like Dino because of it.
Yeah, I don't like Dino either.
Or maybe it was. Maybe it could have even been you, Lexi, that came to my rescue. I don't remember who it was back then. But it was like in the middle of a stage. It was hilarious.
I forgot here. So I'm just gonna wing the intro unless you want to do the intro, Jake.
Oh yeah, he can intro himself. I'll intro.
Okay.
You working on the bot?
Yeah.
Is it up or no?
Yep, we're good.
Okay. All right, guys, we want to welcome you to another stage this beautiful Sunday. As usual, for those who regularly attend, feel free to hit the hand raise icon at the bottom of your screen if you want to come up on stage and ask us any questions. Also, if you're a little shy and don't want your voices heard, feel free to chat away in the live chat area, and we will also answer those questions as we review that while the stage is going on. If there are any topics that you guys wish to discuss in future stages, feel free to go to the stage topics channel that we have set up on the Discord, and we will do our best to try to cover it in the very next stage. If you miss the stage, you can also watch us on YouTube. We have the Stage Rewind channel where these stages are all recorded, so we can go back and listen to ourselves and embarrass ourselves with our voices. Also, live IDs are open. Feel free to post your live ID, your in-game ID into that channel, and we will arrange for the fairies to send you a little gift just for joining us today here on stage. And with all of that, I am going to hand it over to Jake, who is going to be our lovely host today.
So hello, we just had a quite nice update if you ask certain people, and maybe some other people are not so happy with it, but I am loving it so far. But on September the 8th, we got a brand new growth boost system that we are finally getting to look at now. That's the first thing on the update list, so I guess we'll start there, maybe quickly touch on some points of contention people may have thought. What do you guys think about the growth boost system? I know some of you guys might not maybe think a lot. If you don't have it, you might not be so happy with it.
I don't know. I don't know what you're talking about. What is this growth boost system you're talking about?
I just put it in chat. There's
I've never I've never seen that screen.
Oh, really? Why not? Are you in group 1 or 2?
Yeah, I'm in group 2. Why? What is this? Wow, that looks
Uh,
like a lot of cool materials.
yeah, but apparently free gifts for everyone but you. I don't know.
Interesting.
They're trying to maybe, I don't know, level the playing field a little more for the newer servers so that they can, I don't know, maybe have an easier matchmaking, or they're gonna maybe merge a bunch of groups. Who knows?
All right. Well, okay. Now that you guys are seeing through my sarcasm here in the chat, Charmaine and um, some others here, the boost system is in play in groups 3 and beyond. So if you're in group 1 or 2, like I am, you do not see this option. But for those, Jake, how does this work really? Like, how does the system work?
So you just have to get your 500 daily activity points each day for 5 days, and you got those rewards as soon as you got the 500 that day.
Okay, so so you get rewards 1 for to hit 500 activity points, and so the next day you would get the rewards 2, and the next day the rewards 3, the next day the rewards 4, the next day rewards 5. Is that how it
Exactly.
works?
Yeah, and
Okay.
they did appear to be scaled. Like I saw some pictures that Bug was posting from people that must have been a little bit older than me, and they had slightly less creature remains in each day.
Okay. So,
You Lexi posted a graph that lays out all the different groups and how much they got. Like group 3 got 40,000 creature remains. Group 11 got 116,000 plus creature remains.
okay, and that is per week, basically, per 5-day period. But I'm
Yeah.
assuming it resets every week. It doesn't reset once you've hit level 5, right?
It didn't reset.
Oh, well,
It just said like,
it's
okay,
gone now as far as we know.
Oh,
yeah.
so it was just a one-time thing, or is it? Well, the week hasn't reset, so it might come back next week, right?
Oh my god, I don't
That
know.
is true. It might be here next week.
So it might be a weekly thing. Yeah, because tomorrow is the weekly reset. So this thing might be back tomorrow, right?
It's a
Yeah, I
possibility.
never.
Or maybe they do it once a month or something like that. Oh, it's weekly. Charmaine's saying, "Oh, restart on Monday." So
Oh
this will be
my.
an ongoing thing for the newer servers, and groups 1 and 2 will not be participating in it. So Ulexi made a good point in the chat that I want to kind of cover. He thinks that it's a sign of an upcoming CSC merge. So there has been no announcement of that. But I will definitely agree with him that is an indication of that, although not necessarily so. And let me explain why I think that. So pretty much as we go into more and more seasons, it seems that like newer servers seem to be matching up against older servers. And so there's always this disconnect where newer players have just not had the opportunity to be able to develop to the point of older servers. So, like you've been playing the game for 5 years, there's no way someone that is a year into the game is going to be able to catch up to your level. It's just not possible. So, this system is definitely designed to bring up newer server players to be into a more competitive level with the players that have been playing this game the longest. Now, obviously, like anything that happens in this game, controversy is bound to arise. As a result, there are a lot of players in older servers that have reached out to numerous people in the community and on social media and even us here at Stage to, kind of complain about the fact that they're like being forgotten in the older servers. I can tell you this, even if you look at Ulexi's chart here, so this group 6 reward, I'm going to use group 6 as an example, because once you get into group 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, then it is a little bit different. But like group 6, if you were to do your daily tasks every day and reach the maximum, the bioessence definitely is nice, and the creature remains are nice. Obviously the mutation materials are also very cool, but you know, I'm going to use group 6 as the cutoff, because group 5, 4, and 3, it's not even, but like right there it's about an extra week's worth of supplies, I would say, right?
Mm-hmm.
So you're basically doubling the amount of materials you could potentially get in a week from where an older server is. So I'm not raging, Charmaine, because to me it's not a huge deal. Okay, if they do as Ulexi said and expand the ranges, so I would much rather see newer servers catch up to older servers' growth, as long as they do incorporate a CSC merge. So like for me personally, it does not bother me at all, because I would rather see that happen. I would rather see players that are in newer servers catch up to us in the older servers, but at the same token, increase the range, so that the one thing that affects the older servers to make this game fun is the lack of population compared to the newer servers. So that's pretty much why I'm okay with them implementing the system, if they do as Ulexi suspects and increase the CSC range. If they don't do that, then yeah, this is kind of a slap in the face to the older servers that have like dedicated years and years to this game. So whereas you can just start a new account in group 11 and blow it up and whatever, but that just basically means all of the investment and everything and time and effort and logging on every day to do dailies and kind of goes to the wayside. But so to me, it's personally not a big deal. I think it would be a much bigger deal to players that are maybe have like stopped playing for a couple months, or and then come back to the game, and it's a good opportunity for them to be able to catch up if they're in but for a much more active player that did log in every day and did do their dailies and did gain all of the creature remains and everything like that, they should still be relatively fine, even if a guy that started 3 years after them is getting double the amount of weekly rewards, because it almost looks like it's if you look at the group 6 one, right, that it's basically about double what you would get in a week normally, right?
Yeah.
And older servers, they're even at a much more disadvantage, because someone that started a year ago is never going to be able to catch up with someone that's played for 5 years religiously. Now I will say this, I do not like how they implemented this system at all. They did it on a tier-based system where newer servers are getting more material, and if you take that logic that they actually thought about doing it that way, there's absolutely no reason they couldn't include group 1 and 2 and just tiered it down even further.
Yeah, that's
what I'm saying. They could have tiered it up to a higher level in the newer servers and tiered it down to a lower level, and it would have the appearance of being equal across the server ranges. So I don't like that doesn't make any sense to me whatsoever, because even if you wanted to utilize this system as a catch up, there's no reason why you couldn't have, so to say, given some crumbs to group 1 and 2, just so that they're included in the system. That makes no sense to me at all. I would have done that from the rip.
Yeah, I totally agree. Like even if the packs were like the creature remains that you were receiving for getting your rewards were so minute, it wouldn't make much of a difference to a person from that group, but at least they were getting something and, part of the same update.
I mean, here's the thing. If you were in group 2, let's say they give you 15,000 creature remains, and group 1, they gave you 10,000, and then they increase that amount across all the groups going all the way up to group 11, you attain the same exact goal of what you're trying to do.
Yeah.
And not having nearly as many people upset for not getting included in this system. So I would have done something like that if I were the developers, for sure. There would have been no ifs, ands, or buts about it. You're gonna, whatever the end goal is for this system remains the same, but it is including everybody in it. So
Yeah, the only thing I can think of is like if I were a developer and I didn't give group 1 and 2 any rewards while I gave all the other groups rewards, is I'm sending a signal to you to act. Like this is a hint, like you need to move, create a new account or something, because we are not supporting you. Either they're not gonna merge groups, or it was just a hasty decision and we're gonna make this easy for matchmaking. I don't know, but maybe they're trying to send a signal to say, hey, listen, your group is not in luck.
I'll tell you what, that's definitely the wrong signal to send, because I'm gonna be brutally honest with you. Okay, myself personally, I would stop playing this game if it meant restarting a new account on a new server. There's zero chance of that happening. And I guarantee you, some of the top spenders in this game would do the exact same thing. Okay, like they only need 1 or 2 excuses. Okay, and they're done playing this game. I've seen it happen with the biggest spenders in this game. It just takes one thing to upset them about the game, and they're done playing. So,
Yeah, so I hope that's not the case. I hope it's more of like a merge situation, or just an easier matchmaking, more efficient matchmaking scenario. But I don't know. That's the only other devil's advocate scenario I can surmise.
Yeah. Charmaine makes a good point. No one's talking about the casual player or free to play. So that's the thing. I mean, like, where this, and I had this discussion with Bug before we started. Like, it's not that big of a deal, the amount of rewards that they're giving to the average very active player. But it is a difference to a much more casual player, because, this system could actually have benefited a lot of people in groups 1 or 2 that, like, maybe are frustrated with the game, and like the fact that they don't have an opportunity to, like, play with a wider range of players because they've been stuck. I mean, I feel the worst for group 1 players, if you want me to be brutally honest with you, because those players have been playing for a year longer than I have. Okay, by the time I started playing this game, the game had been out for about a year. And so if you were I take that back. I'm sorry. Half of the group 1 players are about a year into it, because there was already 1 merge, which, whatever. But if you started in, I think, server 2 through 80, or maybe even less than that, and you were the original group 1, then, you've been playing this game about a year longer than even I've been. And so as time goes on, and this happens in every single game, happens in, every single game of this type, as time goes on, people quit, they stop playing the game, they, unfortunately even pass away. I mean, whatever may be the case, they're like the population decreases as time goes forward in all of these types of games. So, okay, there you go, 2 through 49. But like the point is, Group 1 has not had a major merge in years, and so they have no way to go, and less and less people play the game, or whatever. But the conversation I had with Bug was this, that like the people that are still playing in groups 1 and 2 are like the hardcore players of this game. Because imagine that they've gone 5, 6, 4, 5, 6 years playing the game. Okay. Anyone that's still left in group 1 and 2, they're pretty diehard Ants fans. Or Ants players. So, I mean, they're logging in every day, doing their dailies, and, so for them to get this feeling of being spited by the devs by not being included in this thing is a little disappointing, to be honest with you. So I feel for you guys. I've seen the comments in the different social media sites, and I've even seen players outright quit the game because of it. So they were already so spited by it, and it's kind of sorry to see that happen.
Yeah, but somebody from YouTube was just saying, they're chatting in the YouTube. They said, "You guys are absolutely correct. Many in 691 are feeling the exact same way."
Yeah. So I just think, I just hope that this is, it could easily be solved, to be honest with you. If the devs announced, hey, we're doing this boost system because 6 months from now, the group 1 is going to be 1 through 850 or 1 through 1,000 is going to all be able to CSC into each other's areas or whatever. Okay. If that was being announced now, or at least talked about, then I think it would definitely appease a lot of the players, because I think more so than rewards and more so than anything that can be gained from this system would be to see a population increase or an ability to move into servers that have new people that they can hang out with. I mean, like I'm going to even I'll use you guys as an example. Okay. Between Charmaine and, okay, so Charmaine and Bug and you guys, I would love to like play on a team with you guys. Right. Nim, wow, not so much Jake, because he's just joking.
Way too new.
Too noob. But I don't think we would even if they expanded the ranges, I don't think it would wind up being possible, Jake. But the point is, I have a lot of friends in servers that I cannot CSC into, right? Like we chat almost daily, and we would love to play together, and it's just not possible. So like, I think for me, it would, hey, you want to catch up everybody in group 11 all the way up to, in 6 months to be as strong as a majority of the people in my group, go right ahead. Just make sure we can all, kind of group together. And so I hope they do something like that.
Play on the same team rather than just be opponents on island or season events.
Yeah, exactly. It used to, how about this? It used to, I've been on the strongest teams in this game. Okay. So the teams were strong even when we were, like in a newer server at the time. Okay. And it used to drive me nuts, dude. We would be the only team in group 3 or even 4 at the time. Like, I think I was in group 4 at one point. Okay. And we would be like one of the strongest teams in group 4. And I'd be matching against group 1 teams. Like, everyone in the season event was from group 1. Okay. So what would wind up happening is we might win an event, right? Like, oh, we were so strong, we actually won the event, being a Group 4 team fighting a Group 1 team that had been playing for a year longer than us. Okay. And then all of a sudden, the Group 1 teams were like, hey, these newer servers have stronger players. Let's like get together. And I would see these players like start grouping together, and because they had the ability, they would meet each other on seasons and be able, and here we are being more and more isolated because we were in a newer server and we were matching up against older servers. So we couldn't recruit. The exact opposite is happening now, where like the older servers who are like having less populations, harder to gain players to come into their teams, are facing newer servers that have like players that are fast forwarding and everything. So like the only solution to all of this really is to expand the ranges. I've been saying this for months and months and months now. So I don't know.
Yeah, I would love for that to happen.
And I feel very fortunate because my range for CSC just expanded, like, I want to say probably less than 6 months ago, maybe a little more than that now, but it doesn't feel too long ago for me. And when that happened, I already felt bad from all the people from the older ranges that have been asking to have their range expanded so that they could get more people. They've been asking for a long time, and I don't know, I felt like my group kind of got treated extra nice there. We got a little bonus.
Skeet just made a comment in the chat that a lot of old servers have multi-account members, and I will tell you with 100% certainty, I agree 100% with that. I mean, like, I think that the population deficit in the older servers is even worse than people realize. Okay, because I know players that are running, 10 accounts, 11 accounts. So it's one player that's managing 10 or 11 accounts. Okay, and there's players out there that are doing more than that. Okay, wow. So where you might think it's there's 10 different 10 people on this team or whatever. No, it's one player controlling 10 accounts. So that's another reason why this expansion needs to happen. I'm not personally one of those players. I can't even control having one account. My OCD doesn't do it, and my grasp of technology using BlueStacks or anything like that wouldn't even allow me to manage that many. It would drive me nuts. But there's players out there that are very, very good at being able to manage multiple accounts and do so every single day. So
yeah, kudos to them. It's a lot of work, even if you have BlueStacks. But yeah, that's a good point. Like, one person could be making the developers thinking, hey, there's like an 11 people here plus everybody else. But if then like 5 other people have 5 accounts, it's really
actually, Ulexi just made another comment about he's sending his farms into servers to help friends qualify for some of the different season. He did it for me.
Wow.
He did it for me. I was at a really